Hello, Internet. This is Ewan Spence and ESC Insight calling. The season has started, mostly, but now it's time to get your Eurovision songs ready. Coming up, some song submission windows open, some submission windows are opening soon, and some are already closed. Hard stare at Finland. Yes, good afternoon, good morning, good evening. Welcome one and all to the ESC Insight News podcast, keeping you up to date with all the happenings in the world of the Eurovision Song Contest and the rapidly approaching Junior Eurovision Song Contest as well. www.escinsight.com, that's our website. Patreon.com/ESC Insight is where you can support us. And of course, if you're online, link, like, love, share, subscribe, all the things that as a social media property we would love you to do some of those. Or not, or leave us a comment, or pass it on, whatever. Welcome to Eurovision. It's a wonderful world, and everybody is welcome in here. For those of you who don't know the dates, it's the semi-finals on the 7th and the 9th of May 2024 in Malmo, which is near Copenhagen. The grand final is on the 11th of May, and if you're planning to fly over, well, it's still early days. I would always urge you to get tickets at this stage which are refundable, hotel bookings which, again, are refundable, or free cancellation, or anything like that. And remember, you can always stay in Copenhagen. It's just over the bridge. It's on a mainline train, so if Malmo gets filled up, that's fine, head over to Copenhagen. And if you're worried about the high prices, they will tend to drop late March, early April. Get one just now that you can cancel, get something better value closer to the time. And yes, the season has begun. The mythical date of September the 1st has passed, and the Eurovision community is now regarded as underway. Of course, it is just a line in the rulebook about you're not allowed to gain commercial advantage before September the 1st. After the September the 1st is fine. We talked about why this rule is a bit permeable, in part in the podcast last week, but we've also discussed that online as well, both from a sort of, well, you know, some submission windows are closed, some are opening, so it's kind of a little bit up in the air, but when the actual start date is depending on the country, and also from a statistical point of view, we're not really going to hear anything that's going to have an impact on the contest till about November or December. At least musically, there's lots of stuff happening now which will have a material impact on the contest, and there's also some suspicions as well, and one of those is TV Monaco. The Monegasquian broadcaster has started airing. It's a new broadcaster, but it is a member of the EBU, and that means that they are eligible to enter the Eurovision Song Contest. And Luxembourg is coming back for 2024. Monaco's been in before, but we haven't heard if it's coming back or not or yet. And of course, you don't have to publicly declare until the entry list is published by the EBU, which tends to not happen until late October, early November. So they've already negotiated to join the EBU. Maybe they added a little bit on as well. Certainly, the community would love to have more countries come into the contest, come back to the contest, in the case of both Monaco and Luxembourg. One has, one might. We will keep you up to date, as always, on our regular Insight News podcasts. But before May, we have November. And November is Junior. Yes, Junior Eurovision fast approaching on Sunday the 26th of November. It's an afternoon show. I can't remember the exact time off the top of my head. But France TV, who are the organisers, have confirmed 16 countries. The final country, as you remember from the podcast, we've been at 15 for a long time. Well, making its debut at Junior Eurovision will be Estonia. Germany is returning after a one-year sabbatical, and this is also going to be the first Junior Eurovision in its history to feature the big five countries. That's France, who are hosting, Germany, who are returning, Spain and Italy, who've been here for a while, and the United Kingdom, BBC making its first entry last year, although ITV did pop up in the first 2 years as well. Following last year's show, Serbia and Kazakhstan have not been returning again, so we do all those shenanigans and we end up with 16. They will all be performing under the contest slogan, Heroes. And yes, the afternoon, Sunday the 26th of November. Let's go for the full entry list, shall we? Albania, Armenia, Estonia, hello, and France, Georgia, Germany, Ireland and Italy, Malta, the Netherlands, North Macedonia, Poland, Portugal, Spain, Ukraine and the United Kingdom. The national finals, the selections have already started. Some countries are going with an internal selection. Some have chosen the artist from something like The Voice Kids and will be choosing a song internally. Some are going for the whole smash and bang. And they're starting to go through now. Ireland, for example, TGR, it's a different channel that does Junior Eurovision to the adult Eurovision. Their national final selection shows have already started, going out Sunday nights. The shows are pre-recorded, at least at the semi-final stage, so the results are only of the in-studio jury. But when the national final, the grand final, does take place, the public will be deciding the winning performer who will get the ticket to go to Nice, which is where the contest is being held. Following that, a song will be commissioned that it will be tailored for the winner. So there it's just singer, public, song, internal. Poland is both. They're working through their semi-finals at the moment. Their national final will take place on September the 24th, and it's going to be a public jury split to decide the Polish entry, singer and song for Nice. We've also got details, short details, but Ukraine's Junior Eurovision national final is going to be a one-shot show. We see everybody, we get a vote, one winner. That's happening on October the 1st. Okay, and if we have a look at forward to May 2024 and Malmo, we're up to 28 countries. As I said at the top of the show, you don't have to declare as a broadcaster. You can, if you like. 28 already have. We can add Albania and Belgium onto our list. We'll wait the official list, but we reckon we're going to be somewhere between 38 and 41, depending on returns coming in and going back. So we'll just leave that up in the air. We also have our first act for Malmo. Belgian broadcaster VRT announced Mustii as their entrance to go up to Malmo just at the tail end of August, actually. Now, this might feel quick for the broadcaster. Why is it so early? It's not the earliest. San Marino and Valentino Anetta did it like in June once at some point. But of course, Belgian broadcasters take turnabout. So VRT, who are the broadcaster for 2024, haven't been at Eurovision since Turin 2022. So this is like 16 months after. They've had a long time to work through their thoughts and get an entry that goes through. So hopefully, with that time, they've got it right. The big bullet points we need to know about Mustii. He's got 2 musical albums. He starred in Romeo and Juliet for the Theatre de Liege, and he was a judge on Belgium's version of Drag Race. So 3 big, strong bullet points there. The song itself, it's expected to come out in February, so a little bit later down the line. Of course, now Mustii is out there, songwriters can start tailoring songs to them, submitting them through the broadcaster, and move on from there. Okay, bits and pieces from countries around the Eurovision world. Let's start with Albania. Albanian broadcaster RTSH has opened up submissions for Festivali Kenya. It's going to be the 62nd year of the song contest there. The winner will get the ticket to Eurovision. The song which generally wins Festivali Kenya's will be the Eurovision song, but they tend to go longer than the 3 minutes. They tend to be very much tailored towards an Albanian audience, so we always expect there to be a big, massive remix glow-up of the songs. Occasionally, they get switched out as well, but you do get a flavour of the song at Festivali, and then we get a reveal later on in the first quarter of the year, so they kind of get a double go at that. Following the Cypriot shenanigans with Fame Story, TLDR, it was going to be the national final. Now it's not. Reports are coming in that the broadcaster CYBC will not only go for an internal selection, but has already made the choice. The catch is nobody is officially saying who it is yet. Still, plenty of time. Performances and songs don't need to be formalised until the middle of March 2024. And even if you are to announce now, you could change your mind. Denmark, submissions are not open yet, but the Danish broadcaster DR1 has confirmed that they will open on October the 27th. The broadcaster is looking for 8 songs to put together in a one-shot national final that will probably take place late February. We'll keep an eye on that one there. Now, although Eurovision has no nationality rules, let's face it, last time the UK won, we had an American doing it for us, most broadcasters do have some sort of flag up there to have people waving a flag that they like. DR is no exception, asking for at least one of the composer, the lyricist or a performer to be either a Danish citizen or have a strong connection to the country, e.g. residency. They have a partner who is Dane. And residents of the Faroe Islands and Greenland, if they're on the local population register, they also compete in Danske Melody Grand Prix DMGP. Estonia, we've already mentioned about Junior. Let's talk on to the adult. They've opened up their submission window on September the 15th. I got my tenses wrong there. They will be opening up their submission window. There's no word yet on when it would close or any other calendar details or anything, but things are moving forward there as well. And to be fair with most of these broadcasters, they've been moving forward for a while. It's just that now they're telling plans publicly. Finland, yes, hard stare at Finland. Their submission window is opened and it's closed again. So, you know, the capricious nature of the September the 1st date is here. If you haven't got your submissions in by October the 24th, you will be well past it. August the 24th, that window closed. If you got them in, great. If you didn't, you're going to have to wait until next year. One shot national final there at UMK, probably mid-February. Generally, Finland would get an artist announcement early to middle of January. Germany, broadcaster NDR has opened up submissions for songs or artists you can actually hear without a song. So you can do like a demo reel of something else. You have till Thursday, October the 5th to get the paperwork in. Right now, it looks like, again, another one-shot national final scheduled for Friday, the 16th of February in Berlin. Open auditions have started for Israeli TV's The Next Star. Your last chance there is going to be this Sunday, the 10th of September. After a few years of internal selections, Next Star is going to be returning to be the artist selection for Israel's Eurovision entry. And we presume that the song as well, which will show up in the last round of voting for their final show there. But that might change. We await confirmation. Final there, well, it's probably going to be mid to late December. They'll start off the televised shows in October, basically filling up that entire run over the holidays. Norway, submissions are now closed for Norway's MGP, much like Finland. Broadcaster NRK has tweaked the rules this year, and songs may be released now that they are submitted. There's no embargo period here. So, assuming that a previous entrant, let's say Kaino, has already entered, if they could release their song now. And the idea from NRK is that this allows the community to sort of exert some influence over the artist and song selection. As in, we really like Kaino. Trust me, the community will be saying that a lot. It does promote the music, and as a public service broadcaster, that's kind of an important part of the remit, to give a platform to music of the country at multiple levels, from new entrants to indie artists to established to heritage acts as well, where it kind of fits in that. You can decide yourself. I'm not sure this is a good thing, because the community can be very vocal and not always along the same wavelength as the public as well, but it is innovation. We'll see how that happens. Finally, Ukraine, as well as confirming its entry into the song contest itself. UPBC has confirmed details on Ukraine's national final. Submissions need to be made through the official website by the 22nd of October. Following that, selections will be made for Vidbeard 2024, and then the winner there going forward to Eurovision. As well as the broadcaster selecting the songs, once they've selected, there will be an online vote for a wild card from everybody who's left. Then the audience can vote through and go, actually, no, we'd quite like them to go forward as well to the national final. And in they go. Right then, what do we have around the community? Let's start, of course, with let's start with our site. Let's do that. Yes, 2 articles on September the 1st. The problem with the hard idea of September the 1st being the start line, it is a bit permeable, as you've heard in the podcast. Ben Robertson goes into a little bit more depth on that as well. Mark Taylor has a look at the statistics. Why you shouldn't get too excited just yet. When is the best date to start thinking we might be getting some little ideas of the winning song and performer? That's back on the website as well. And just before the season kicks off, let's share the terminology. We had Keith Andrew looking back at the hosting in Liverpool and how it made the BBC whole again, even sneaking in at Liverpool's Atomic Kitten into the headline. Congratulations right there. What else? Well, thank you to the Good Times to the No Point podcast. They've posted their final episode and a lovely celebration of their times around the song contest. They're not going away. Their regular programming, though, is coming to an end, and we love them. We've had them in Jukebox Jury. We've guested over there as well. So Martin, Laura, enjoy the Eurovision wherever you're going to end up. What dates do we have for your diary? Oh, quick one, actually. If you're in London this weekend, Eurostars has a great Eurovision guest list for their theatre nights, nightclub nights, starting 8 p.m. You have a 2023's entry from Austria, Taya and Selena. You've also got one to Claudia Faliello, Iceland's Ari Olafsson, Mark Robertson is in there. Show itself kicks off 8 p.m. at the Water Rats down King's Cross Way. Doors open 8 p.m. Tickets available online, www.eurostars.co.uk. Looking forward, tickets are now on sale for Spain's pre-party ES, which is happening in Madrid, March 28, 29 and 30. Barcelona Eurovision is the 4th, 5th and 6th of April. No doubt we will have preview parties coming up in Amsterdam and London as well. And Tel Aviv might come back again. We might have one pop up in Riga. We will keep you up to date with the big preview concerts and any of the other fun ones here in the podcast. And as I always like to finish off the podcast, to all our friends out there who we've met or who we have still to meet, whatever you do, do stay safe when you are out there. Be kind to each other. Just everybody's opinion, support it, talk to them, nice discussions. We're going to have a wonderful Eurovision year. Ta-ra for now. This week's ESC Insight News podcast was hosted by Ewan Spence, written by Ewan Spence and the team at escinsight.com, www.escinsight.com for more, patreon.com/ESC Insight to support us.